Hello there, I hope you're well. Welcome back to Verbose DevOps. Today I want to do a demo on Ansible, which is a configuration management tool. It's typically used to configure virtual machines, such as installing scripts and that type of thing. It's much better than using a script. Scripts are prone to errors and that kind of thing. So let's have a look. This is a repo that I've made for the purpose of this demo. Feel free to go and check it out. It's at codeberg.org/verbose-devops/Ansible demo, as I put up here. And here's what we have. We have a script to install Ansible on an Ubuntu server. I've already done that, so you don't have to wait for that. It's just installing with apt. And here is a playbook, which we're going to look at in a second, and it's a YAML file. This is typical for Ansible. It's where you configure everything. So just have a quick look at the README. Here's the instructions. First, you should git clone the repo and cd into the directory, and then install Ansible with sudo. And now we start with the Ansible commands. But before that, what I want to do is let's have a look through the playbook. And at the very top, we have host, localhost. Now that might be different. It might be all. So Ansible is typically used to configure servers. You install Ansible on a server, and you then go and configure other servers with it. But today we have installed Ansible on a server, and we're going to configure the server itself. So you can do that, and that's why I've got up here host, localhost, and connection local. Become true is a way of elevating rights. You can have variables in Ansible. It can be heavily templated, and then you have a series of tasks. And what we have first of all is install packages with apt. Here's a number of packages. I've put SQLite 3, commented that out. We're going to come back to that. And then next I've asked it to create a directory called tmp hello world, and also a sample file within it. I've also asked it to disable a service called hib init agent. We don't need that enabled anymore. And finally, create a logging script. So this is a shell script, which you can see here. It actually echoes to a log file the date, and then will curl a free API to get a random quote, and it will put that in var log quote.log. And to ensure that script will run, we've created a cron job, or will be, and will run to be every minute, and to run that shell script. So that is very simple, a few use cases for Ansible. So let's go back to the README. We're going to copy this file. First of all, we're going to check the syntax. So I'm going to paste that in here. It's going to come back, and that is great. If it comes back looking like that, it means that there were no errors. So let's get the next command, which is to give a diff. Now this is very simple to Terraform plan. It's going to tell us what is going to happen. So I have to give my sudo password as usual. So there's a bit of output. Now let's just scroll back to the top. So gathering facts is something that Ansible will do even if you haven't configured anything. It will always gather some basic info about the targets. And now it says here, right, it's going to install some packages, and actually tells you what they are. It is now also going through the directory. You can see that it currently is absent, and it needs to create it. And also similar with the sample file, and even tells you what it's going to do. And the logging script, again, very similar, and same for the cron, that it's going to add this to the cron. It's even going to add a comment, which we'll see. And then it has a recap, an overall summary. So something I also want to do before and just demonstrate, I have a few commands down here, is I just want to show you that if we look here, the service is currently enabled, and also I'm going to show you a cron tab. There's nothing on there currently. And also, this is for later on down the line. We're going to be installing the SQLite 3 package. Okay? And I want to show you here that currently it's not installed. Right, so let's clear the screen, and let's get on with it and do a run of Ansible. Here we go. And these are quite small packages, so this task will complete fairly quickly. It does run in sequence, so that's something that lets Ansible down a little bit, is that sequence does actually matter, but there are ways to build in dependencies as well. So it looks like it's making a whole bunch of changes, and finally it said all this. Now if I run it again immediately, watch what happens. Let me clear the screen. Watch what happens. In theory it should have no changes to make, right? So let's see what it says. I just want to show you what you can expect. And look at this, we're getting a whole bunch of green OKs, and exactly that's what happened. It changed nothing. So I just wanted to show you that. So let's see what these changes were. We are expecting a couple of things. So you can see now that that service is disabled. That enable there, by the way, means what the vendor factory setting was, but it's now disabled, and previously it was enabled, so that worked. And we now have a cron job as well. You see there, it added a comment and it added this cron statement. So that is fantastic. What we're also going to do is we're going to go find this README file. And there it is, and if I open that up, then we get this. So that's exactly as we wanted. Now something I'm going to do right now is I'm going to edit that playbook. Oh, we need to go back to the directory because we moved. So let's do that. And I just want to, by way of demonstration, show you. If I take out this comment and then right quit, save it, and we'll clear the screen. And what we'll do is we'll run that. We'll run this command again. In fact, before that, let me do a diff. That would probably be better. So we do expect to show something pending. And there we go. Suggested package SQLite 3. So let's run this Ansible playbook. I should have cleared the screen. Sorry about that. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and check out more of my videos after. And there we go. Look, task install packages. We see yellow changed, and in the play recap at the bottom we also get the same thing, changed equals 1. So that is fantastic. That's what we expected, and even if we run that again, we should expect just to see a wall of green. Come back to that in a second while I just copy this command here. Oh sorry, yeah, this command right here, just to confirm. I just want to show you what this looks like. So a whole wall of green, great. Now if I run this command, look, it's now different. And this is the key part, status installed, okay, installed. And of course there's some other info as well, and you know, maintainer and homepage and stuff like that. So we're almost done. There's just one other thing I wanted to show you, and that is this log. So this cron should have been executing for a few minutes now, and let's take a look and see if it has been doing that indeed. And there you go, it's been running at 1 second past each of the last 3 minutes, and it's curled that quote, which is what I asked it to do. And there we go, we just passed another minute and it just added another one because I'm running this as a tail -F to follow. So I hope you found this video super interesting. That's how Ansible works. It's just the beginning, just the tip of the iceberg, but I wanted to show you. I think this would be a nice demo to demonstrate how useful it is. It's the most common configuration management tool used in cloud DevOps industry. So if I were you, are you going to pick one? I would choose Ansible. Don't bother with Puppet and Chef or SaltStack. They're perfectly good tools. Ansible is the one. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe, and check out my other videos. Thank you for watching, and take care. Bye bye.